Hello, everybody. Welcome to the JHO podcast. We are live. This is going to be a crazy episode because all these friends up here, this is the GearFest crew. This is going to be a fun episode to kind of think about all the stuff that we've done in past and kind of where we're going in future. So Skoot is here. They are lead for management and all things GearFest. Dance aficionado. Skoot's incredible. Over there we got Moomie. Moomie's kind of been... I've known Moomie for a while. I don't know how many years now, but incredible. Couple years in person because we're in the same state, which is kind of fun. And then Ropai. Ropai's here as well. So Ropai is head of security and all things security for GearFest. This is going to be a fun episode. Welcome in, guys. This GearFest year is going to be crazy. I'm like, I don't know. There's so much. There's rumblings. The rumblings of GearFest have happened, and it's a lot to do with what Skoot's been doing. So, how are you, Skoot?
We live?
Yeah.
I sure am, buddy. I sure am. That's crazy. I'm so glad you're doing well.
Yeah. Are you ready for GearFest? Like, where's your head at right now?
Real talk. Every day I pick out a little bit. I actually owe you so much information because you just kind of like take the leash off and let me do my thing. And I've been talking to so many different live artists and people who are trying to apply to DJ, clubs who want to get involved, RP communities, content creators, VTubers, VTuber agencies. It's way too much in a nutshell. I guess how I'm doing, same thing as last year. I'm intimidated. Looking at everything that's kind of happening. It's stuff we do all year anyways, but for some reason when GearFest rolls around, it feels a bit more personal. I mean, I could diverge into that for an hour, but what I do like about this year is last year I had set goals for GearFest, and I don't remember what those were because they became irrelevant almost immediately. Ministry was tied up with an insane amount of focus on virtual market and VR Chat New Year's submissions and a bunch of other festivals. So I want to say it was January 3rd or 5th that I actually got to sit down and pull my notes together and all the, without going through all the names, we had so much support last year that it was terrifying it almost felt like it was, we popped the clutch and it just started going down the street. But same thing's happening this year, but it's December 10th. So we're good.
Yeah.
If we did what we did last year late, we'll be fine this year.
Yeah. But this year's going to be so much better because we're experienced now. That's what I was telling my mom is like, we're experienced now. We've done this.
That's been the case each year, right?
Yeah,
like every year
it's
we
gotten
picked up a
better.
lot.
Yeah. And I think every year it doubles in size. Say if it, year one, it was so simple. Year one was so simple. That was a backyard, like, you know what I mean? It was a backyard. Let's throw this together. And it was super fun. It was a lot of work. I remember Ropai just fucking losing his mind, running around trying to get all the fucking DJs.
Chicken with his head cut off, I tell you.
Yeah, all the DJs.
I vividly remember the first GearFest. I talk about it every single time I interview a dancer. I must have talked about the first GearFest and how I thought about it like 400 times now. But you had some older mutual friends of ours working on it for you, coordinating and doing the world, and all the love to them. But there's people who are good at things but not good at those things and coordinating within VR. And the way I explained it was a lot of I was so underwhelmed. I was not happy with how that went.
Year one was
I didn't like how
big learning lesson.
But I mean, it went well. It was a teeth cutter, especially for Ministry. Like our leaders, day 2 was our first time being in 3 places at once. It's when I made Dance VC3. The server started with 2. Now we have 4, and it was our first weekend doing 7 things.
I remember
at once.
that.
So it was good.
I remember that. God, that's crazy. years ago. Was that 22 or when did
That
you
was
start?
23.
23.
Because ministry officially started in October 22.
That's so crazy. We were scrambling for that first year, dude. That's
Yep.
We made it happen though. Movie was there, weren't you, for year one?
I was there. I've been there for every year.
Yeah.
Well, to piggyback on what you just said about how it doubled in size, it's kind of hard to say doubled, but you might as well, because so the first year it was 3 days, 4 hours each, just one instance. You just wanted to get the communities together that helped you get started.
Yes.
And then the second year, because of all the bitching and moaning I did and Ropai did, you're like, hey, Skoot, you want to just spearhead it? And I'm like, why not?
Yep.
And I think we were still at 3 days, right? It wasn't 4 days yet. It was 3 days, 3 instances,
and
8 hours.
8 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the following year,
last year,
3 to 5 instances,
4 days,
and 4 days, 8 hours.
Fuck. Yeah, it was a big undertaking this last year, but fuck, we made it happen. It was so cool.
Yeah. Also, not to interrupt, I should have done this already. Can any one of you link me what we're doing right now so I can post it in the ministry for the team?
The podcast. I think I sent you already.
Leave it to the promoter not to promote the thing that's promoting the promotions.
Right.
It's become such a blanket word.
Yeah, I've sent you the Twitch link. That's where we're live right now. Is our Twitch?
Would you say like a question? Like you had doubts that it was live on that channel.
Oh yeah. I should probably open up this one. Yeah. There we go.
Oh, wise Skoot of the floor, tell us your wisdom.
Skoot of the floor.
Cement shaders are not cool anymore. If you want to make a shoebox, pick anything else and call it a club.
Yeah. Yup. That's hilarious.
I'm just hiding so I can scuff, but I'm here.
Yeah. I mean, so for those of you that have, is this your first episode, Moomie? I don't think it is. I think you've been to our podcast before,
No,
right?
I've been on it once before, and then I was also the IRL one for Redfoot.
Yeah, you were there for Redfoot. That's right.
Yeah,
that's the one that you guys had me on
we did that
before,
in my
right?
landlord's basement.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude. That's a wild episode. It was fun. Here's the thing. This is my podcast. This is my personal podcast. It's been kind of my like journal entry, if you want to call it that, of my life. And right now, it's all about this VR shit. And it's so crazy to try and explain to people that we do something like this in VR. And like in real life, some lady came over and was chatting with my mom. And I was talking to her, and I was trying to explain what GearFest was. I was like, oh, I have a 4-day festival coming up in January for my birthday. And she's like, oh, really? Where's that? And I'm like, in VR. What do you mean? Like, what is VR? I'm like, virtual reality, like Ready Player One, And she's like, oh, okay. And she's like, that's, you can do festivals in there, So I'm like trying to explain to her what we were doing, and just blew her mind. And I'm like, it's so weird. It's such a weird, like, corner of the internet. The corner of the I don't know. It's a virtual space, and it's really unique in the virtual community. So much that you can do in a VR chat alone, and they've made it really accessible now, which is really nice. But I come from a time when we didn't have all this fancy shit. Fuck.
That's right.
Yeah. Good times.
That was something interesting though. When I interviewed for the depot, they were like, because I put GearFest and other stuff from VR on there, and like the security and production manager were looking at me like, you could do that in VR? And I started explaining it to him, and like, whoa.
Yeah.
I need to get with your production guys at that venue you work at, so I can tell them how easy it is to use what they already have, and we'll just fill the virtual
that venue
side.
would be crazy, dude. That venue would go so hard for VR, dude. God.
Yeah. Actually, really quick, if I could chastise both of you in real time live, I just put this on Twitter and published it in the Discord.
My God.
Hey, maybe don't reach out to your friend who's managing every single inch of the promotions for their, the biggest thing you're doing, a random video of you on a stage in front of a crowd with no context. Maybe that should have been promoted. Are you playing?
Listen,
even if not,
I didn't plan on going up. I wasn't
cool?
planning on that happening. I did not plan on that happening. It just happened.
Well, you're experienced now, IRL, and you work there, so neither of you can give me that excuse. Give it to someone.
Fuck.
So context. Gearball drove up, and we went to a Shrek rave where I work, and
it is a Shrek themed rave, mind you.
Yeah. Goofy me, I'm there in a maid dress and thigh highs in front of all my coworkers, and we just randomly get asked, "You guys want to go up on stage?"
So there was
sure.
Like the stage guy, the manager of whoever, not so much the manager, but he was running things. He was essentially the MC of that event, because he'd come out on stage every like 30 minutes or something and let's go, the hype man, right? And he come down the side of the stairwell there off the side of the stage, and I was like, dude, how do you like keep your voice, like how's your voice feeling? He's like, I don't know how metalheads sing, dude, this is hurting me. And then he's like catching his breath and water. Shit. Yeah, he's catching his breath, and he's like, oh, you want to go up on stage? And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go, bro. Fuck yeah, let's go.
There is unflattering photos of me grinding my ass on some middle-aged woman.
Yeah.
In a maid dress in front of all my coworkers.
Yeah.
Good catch, man. Don't let the cat girl persona here fool you. Moomie's a catch. They're a little bit of a princess.
They're a little clumsy. They're clumsy, but we love them still.
They're like, man, look at that clumsy, stoic, handsome man. Then they walk up and you're like, are those thigh highs? And then they talk and then they trip and then they're like, cheers. And you're like, oh god.
I was the manliest, most beautiful motherfucking maid that night.
That was a weird vibe. That whole venue was just weird, man. I was like, what the fuck? Look, there's the
not to butcher the Twitter post. Love mouth.
3 blind mice, bro. The 3 blind mice. Did you see them?
That's a great way to describe that.
And
then there's
how many?
And then you have freaking fairy godmother twerking on the visuals.
The visuals were hilarious because they had like Shrek themed visuals. So you'd see like a ton of just like YouTube poop style videos of just Shrek and Donkey and like
Gmod and Team Fortress 2 SFMs.
Yeah, just stupid. And I'm like, what are these visuals? Why is Shrek just twerking it, bro? It was a fun night. It was crazy.
It was a lot of fun.
And then, Moomie, do you want to talk about what happened afterwards? We can. This is my podcast. Fuck it.
Don't
forget, I just put this up on. This just got pushed to 62 servers, and it's on our Twitter.
Beautiful.
So if you want to look dumb, now's the time.
Yes. This is just a crazy story that this shit happens to us. Yeah.
So we're walking to a bar behind the venue after we leave, and this is like an outlet mall. It's called the Gateway, and we're like walking along, and we've got a new hockey team called the Mammoths. There's this guy just standing out in the open. There's a fountain in the middle of this outlet mall, and this dude's just in his Mammoth jersey just pissing into the water. And I'm a smart ass.
Fucking public.
I'm a smart ass. I just hollered to him. I was like, hey, you need a hand? I can hold it for you. And then what did you say to him?
I said, I was the first one that noticed it. I was like, oh shit. And then I go,
is that happening right now?
I was like, go Mammoth. And he looks up mid piss and he's like, come on, man. I don't know if they'd lost or whatever. And then Moomie said that. I'm like, it ain't very Mammoth to me, buddy. He was he's like, oh, it's cold out, bro. Dude, just pissing in a fountain, dude. What the fuck?
This was at a mall?
Yeah, like a
outlet mall.
Outlet mall,
God, dude. That's crazy.
Outlet mall, yeah. It's like 1 a.m.
Yeah. We gotta get you guys, obviously not to film that, but we gotta get you guys some kind of like camera culture for like catching some of the moments, like when you go up on stage or something, or when you're obviously you get not that specific, but someone's doing something crazy on a fountain that you can record. Obviously not that, but
we record stuff on our phones, but like that venue, they don't allow like anything that you can record with other than a phone, a Polaroid, or a film camera.
So
You can still
literally
do a
things
lot
you
with
record
my
with.
phone. Literally, I could do a lot with my phone.
Phones
I'm
only
sorry.
thing,
So
just-
if I come to your venue, I'm not allowed to record unless I use a smartphone, a Polaroid, or a quote film camera.
Yeah.
So I'm allowed to film.
Nothing with a detachable lens.
That's
and
crazy.
no
Unless you're a
DSLRs.
photographer, right? You have to have a.
But I'm
press
allowed to
pass.
Yeah,
film, is what I'm hearing.
If you have a
the
press
credentials,
pass,
you
yeah,
can.
Yeah.
You're not allowed
No-
to film unless you're filming, and you can only use film equipment.
Yeah, no
It
DSLRs.
just can't be expensive.
And no GoPros, no meta glasses.
Dude, I
my
watched
God.
somebody
Like that.
like get pulled
wait,
aside
whoa.
because of those. Actually, in a club
So-
I was in on the road.
You can't use meta glasses, but you can have. I don't understand who sits at the security desk in some of these venues, because it was the same thing back long before VR when I used to go tour around with my buddy's band Fathom Farewell. We'd go to venues and they would just do stupid stuff. Like they'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna rain. There's gonna be sun. Bring an umbrella." And then they had people at the door saying, "You can't get in. You're forfeiting your ticket, or you're throwing away that umbrella." And it's like, I bought this 5 feet over there from you. Doesn't matter, in the trash. Type beat. You're not allowed to record unless it's a smartphone or an actual camera. It just can't have a detachable lens. Who is sitting there getting paid to make that decision? That's like
small
me
digital
saying you're not
cameras are allowed to.
you can't park here unless it's in a parking space.
Dude,
like
don't
what?
even give
Of
me,
course.
dude. Parking on, I don't know what that notification was. Oh, hello. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, parking in the East Coast, fuck that. Everything's paid parking. Everything. Good God, everything's paid parking over there. And I didn't even fucking stop for long in the fucking East Coast.
It's getting like that here.
It's getting bad here too now. Yeah.
Hell,
Dude.
I paid what was it? $38 just to park at the museum in Chicago.
Oh, God, dude. That's awful.
Paying
I
for
got
parking at a
right next to
museum
the
that you're
museum.
paying to get into. What the hell?
I
Yeah.
got a parking ticket in Worcester County for parking somewhere I paid to park, and then I had to pay to park down the street from the courthouse. But then I got another parking ticket for that because of where it was, even though that again was paid parking, which I then had to go pay at that same courthouse. And I must have went back to that courthouse 4 times to pay parking tickets
Good Lord.
about parking at that freaking courthouse.
Oh, I hate
Oh,
that.
wow.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. They need their money. Fuck you.
Yeah. But anyways, so a few moments ago, you were talking to like some little old lady. I think it was your grandmother or something. You're talking about the fest, and this year, we're gonna be trying to get a lot of VTubers who are not used to VR chat. So like, my goal with GearFest has always been to use it as an excuse to get new users onboarded into communities.
Yeah, it's great. That's a great
This
thing.
year, between the groups fair, I actually just came from a meeting with a bunch of other lead communities with VR chat. And between the groups fair and a bunch of collabs that are happening, what's going to be happening, now that we're past the iOS beta, a lot of VTubers want to get into VR in general, mainly VR chat, of course, but they don't know how. They're pancaked, they're 2D. And so a lot of them are overthinking how easy it is to just slap on a headset and do it. Those of you who might be watching and know better, you get into this camera system and it's a perfect VTuber suite. A lot of the if I remember correctly, I think someone told me a lot of the inspiration for Warudo came for that. But this Gear Fest, I'm going to be trying real hard to try to drag VTubers and be like, hey, here's a carrot. There's multiple instances you can go to. There's a bunch of brands, blah, blah, blah. Also, wasn't this easy? That's crazy. I got you to come here because of, big festival, but all you really did was hang out. You should keep doing this now that you've done it once.
Yeah.
And then we can sell that culture to other VTubers. And then by proxy, VTubers have watchers that want to get involved with them, and it's a lot easier in 3D space, especially if you have a phone or a Quest. And there's the Steam headset's about to come out, and so
having them on board, is going to be.
I don't know where my brain was going with this.
It's going to be cool.
We're going to get new users to come. Blah blah blah. Words.
Yeah,
Someone else
it's
talked about it.
so Lund from VCAT has we've been in contact with them since the last Gear Fest,
Yep.
and they're
Actually, he was actually there with us. I was just hanging out with him.
oh, okay,
not
cool. Yeah,
30 minutes
they're
ago.
bringing a lot to the table this year.
Yes.
And I'm very excited about that. They're incredible. They do a lot, and thank you for getting us involved with them in the first place, because they do so much cool shit.
Just to plug them while we're here,
Yeah.
a lot of people look at V because it's a corporation that works really hard to feed the community from the external source to connect Western and JP markets. But because of that, there's this stigma that is this big, difficult thing to get around. Every Wednesday, you can walk right up to Lund, the technical marketing director for Hickey, and just say hello. Everyone is welcome. It's like the best kept not secret. Anyone who wants to get involved with VCAT or be supported by VCAT, step one, just any Wednesday, just walk right up and say hi. If you think you're a brand new whatever, or you're this big content creator they might not want to work with, it doesn't matter. Just go say hi. It's that easy.
Yep.
So you're welcome, but anyone
even.
can do the same thing.
Yeah, DMs are
His
open.
Discord DMs are always open.
Yeah.
But it says in his status, ping me twice, ping him 5 times. He genuinely, it's not harassing him.
Yeah.
He wants you to do that. But it's easier to get him at those World Hops on Wednesdays. Every single Wednesday throughout the entire year, just walk in.
No, he's streaming during those. Wait till the stream's finished.
Yeah, you can get him before, after,
Yeah.
as long as you're TOS compliant. He'll talk to you on stream. Yeah, if anything, it'll be an excuse for you to get plugged and for him to plug something he's talking about with you. That's the point. It's community. He's always interacting with this Twitch chat. That's why he has ambassadors there helping him, and they're on streams and they rate each other. It's to fit more interactions. No one's really sitting there farming views. More so, it's how many mouths can respond to chat and people in world at once without stopping the process.
Yeah, and it's a lot of it just comes down to his efficiency of running all that. It's so crazy how much how much shit they've done as a community. Like, I look at their worlds, their Japanese connected worlds. Oh my god, it's crazy, just how many they've made. And it's like a whole fucking Castle kind of has a similar concept where it's all just a mini-verse almost.
Yeah,
kind of.
It's crazy too is they're so prominent on here now that they actually get to work with names like Disney.
Yeah,
it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
That's a real
true.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They worked with Disney for the recent Tron movie. They made a world for them.
They made a world for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. See, they're doing so much, and that's another thing about the VR space is the amount of times that I'm not gonna say who or how because they're an adult actress, but I ended up helping someone get their Quest hooked up. I was at a drinking night because I joined on someone I hadn't seen in a while for 2 minutes, and I said, "Come back to the club with me." And they're like, "Well, I got to get my friend in," and they're on a Quest, and I'm like, "Do they have a PC?" Yeah. So I sat there for an hour and a half helping them. And when we got them into the club and they were asking about streamers and whatnot, and they're like, "Oh, maybe you heard about me." This is someone who has 90 million views per video on a lot of their content, both Safe for Work and NSFW, and they're just floating around VR chat.
Yeah.
For a while, there was dudes from Universal Studios sending in feelers, and we all knew who they were because they thought they were slick.
I heard about
that. They walked around thinking they were slick, peeping stuff out, and then they left empty-handed because they didn't talk to nobody.
Yep.
It's insane. Loki Records from Loki from Loki Records. He's partnered with Ministry. He's just be hanging out in VR at times. That what you just said it bothers me in a good way because it's like the amount of things that are happening in here that are not a secret, but people are looking for the in. They want the know. It's just public info. It's not.
Yeah.
These are best kept not secrets.
You know
constantly. Mr. Kool-Aid from EDC did a Portal event last year, and 4 people showed up on the VR side.
I think
Instance was packed IRL.
I think it's not so much the difficulty of getting people interested in it. I think a lot of it just comes down to the info. Promotion. Yeah, that's it. That's literally what it comes down to. But I think you shit yourself with excitement saying that word. It's your favorite thing, I swear.
It's totally not both a buzz and PTSD word for me now.
Yeah. Yup. For real. Fucking trauma. Oh, dude. Skoot, okay, here's a question for you. If you were to go
Yes.
back, if we were to go back to the days of the AU and like back then, what's something
boy.
you wish you could bring back from that time? Because it was a fun time for us. It really was.
The vibrancy of the collab culture, and I know that's kind of like everyone's collabing constantly, but so back in the day, like I remember when video players only worked for a little while with like specific Spotify links. So the Spotify DJ was king. Now it's obviously something different, right? But that's all you could get. There was no YouTube or VRCDN or nothing. But when AU Alcoholics Unanimous was, my home, it'll always be my home. That was a safe space. There's a huge stigma in VR chat that there's this big drinking problem, but in my opinion, it's just a bubble. There's RP bubbles, there's rave bubbles, there's content creator bubbles, and if you stay in a bubble, you're going to see the same thing off the same people. But anyways, with that being said, I'm not trying to promote, I don't think anybody should be over drinking or anything, but this was a space that people came together to have a drink, to have a cheers, not to get plastered, but I could hang out with someone in Moscow, Paris, England, and Manhattan all at the same time, and we could all share a drink together, and that was sacred. It was a place where people could soft launch their kinks, where they could learn to identify
free speech.
with themselves.
Nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave a
who
fucking
you are
shit. Just
really came into focus.
Yeah,
and because of that, we had a bunch of people together drinking, but there was this sacred space of safety, and so even though people were drinking, we had a very strong unwritten policy of how to collab with each other. If you showed up in desktop, but you were in VR doing your own thing all week, but you were at the collab in desktop, you're probably not getting another collab. If you brought your whole team and your whole community, and you're off in the corner, not interacting with anyone. Just
God, I hated that.
When we wouldn't. Now that's different now, right? Because with like ministry, like I'll be in desktop a lot, but I'm like managing dancers, I'm running cameras and stuff like that, and so there's other people on my team. But what I miss about it is the reason I'm explaining all this is if I could bring back one thing from back then, it's the fact that even a bunch of drunks had it down because they just loved the safety of having community.
Yeah.
We have companies, we have people with BAs, we have all these people from IRL and people who have been here for 7 years like me who are running around, and I say this as respectfully as I can. It's not that they do it intentionally, but their heads up their ass. They think that they're being professional and speaking to each other and writing emails in Discord in MLA format, and it's obfuscating the point. It's not making it fun. It's stressing people out, and it's making it look corporate where it's not supposed to. If I could bring back one thing, it would be that, because like I catch several people who've worked with me have heard me say that, hey dude, if a bunch of drunks were doing it 5 years ago, there's no reason you can't. Let's clean it up. Right. So that's kind of what I'd bring back, that low bar that somehow no one's hitting right now. Well, not no one, but it's very rare that people hit this. They got the production and these and this IRL DJ and this venue and this portal event, but we still can't get this base. And I said it before we went live.
Well,
we learned how to communicate.
Communication.
In kindergarten, we learned how to communicate, and
that's all it comes down to. It's like the one thing that I'm not putting up with this year is no communication. You don't fucking have shit, I'm not gonna fucking be interested. I'm sorry, but you have to have something to present to me. So, when I'm going through a lot of these fucking DJs, and this isn't a knock on DJs that are in this, trying to get to this festival, but you've got to have something to show me, or else I'm not gonna have any interest in possibly booking you. So when I click on a bunch of these submissions, all it is a Twitch link, and there's no VODs, there's nothing. What am I supposed to do with that? So
I think that goes the same with like moderation and stuff. I've got to work with a lot of great people, but there's some people that don't show the drive and wanting to listen to what I have to say or what other people bring to the table and that sort of thing. You really got to be able to listen up and
Can I refine what you just said, and it'll trail into what you just said? So this is something that's like completely like this isn't even just like a Gearfest or ministry thing. I've seen this with projects in VR constantly. First, to preface, you're going to see one of two things on every large project: a community or a lead or something, some element that you lean on, that you know you can trust, that has never let you down, is going to find a way to burn you, and it's almost going to look intentional. You're going to be like, why'd you pick today to do this? And then on the other hand, you're going to have a community, an entity, or an influencer that you wrote off. You're like, you're just participating, you're having fun, whatever, man, come be a part of it. And then they carry the weight of 6 people without being asked. And so when you have communities like Cybar or the Black Tie Butlers or the Midnight Opera, or you have promoters like Center Queef or Verelium or the homies at PJKT, these are the people that a lot of other people don't realize they're trying to be as DJs who want to be known, like, here's my Twitch link, bro, or moderators who are like, I'm the authority in the room. The people who you're trying to emulate are never peacocking, and it's not because they're so humble, it's because they don't have time. They're too focused on the goal. They're in the love of the game. And so it's fascinating because it's something that we saw with we won't name drop because no one did anything wrong, but there was a common occurrence that's of bad habit that we saw last year with some VJs was so, hey, I'm a VJ. I need to know what's on the screen space. I need all this data. Awesome. Lily, who is a fantastic VJ. She's one of the best developers I've ever met in VR chat or anywhere in my life.
Incredible.
And she made a very comprehensive channel. GearFest last year and this year and the year before actually is run off a POC system. So we do run pings, we do have meetings, but nobody has not been touched by me or someone on my team. I know we've contacted each other. So we would have people say, hey, where's the information? Where's this? How am I moderating? Where's the DJ list? Where's my visuals? Okay, tight. It's right here. Here's a link to the channel in your DMs and a ping in the server. 3 weeks, 5 weeks, a month and a half goes by. Silence, it's fine. We gave him the info, but then a week before the event, dude, I'm not even, like we do roll call, I'm not even ready for this. I had no idea. This information wasn't given to me. And then we're like, it's cool. It was, but it's cool. And then we give it to them. And we bend over backwards and try to, because we're happy to do that, right? Life happens. It's not a matter of you have to be here and be ready. It's life happens, so we're ready to work for that. That's part of what ministry does. And that's why ministry is so effective in fueling GearFest. But then what happened at the end of the festival? Sorry, just to get this out. After the festival ended, hey guys, I had such a blast. I know I do this IRL. I would love to give my professional feedback. Give you guys a better streamline of communications next year. I think there's a lot of things that fell through that we could fix next year. And this is coming from somebody who can't check their own DMs or follow the server of the thing that they're now bragging on Twitter they're putting on their resume.
Yes.
If you're putting it on your resume, why aren't you looking at it? When someone asks you, oh, you did this thing in VR chat and it's on your, can you speak to it? How are you going to speak to it if you didn't read anything?
Yeah, you got to participate, communicate, and like make
so
it
the communication thing for moderators or DJs or VJs or dancers or whatever, it's not even to come down on anybody. It's just it really baffles me on large projects how people just forget that very basic skill. And it goes back to what you said about what I'd bring back from the AU days. Yeah, that's a problem that I watched dozens of communities that were compiled of just drunks not get wrong. And now we have a bunch of professionals and business owners.
What's another one?
I
don't know. Moomie, what time in the scene did you come into, like, when did you start playing?
October of 2022. I came in with Drunken Stupid.
Okay.
That was the community actually at the first Gear Fest. I literally I read the name Drunk and Stupid. Well, they're not going to be much help. And then they were the community that had 2 people at the door checking avatars, helping people, giving out avatars. They had 2 people at the stage, and they had people running around in the middle helping people with their settings and whatnot from the beginning of day 1 to the end of day 3. The community named Drunk and Stupid did a better job than other communities that were boasting how well they work with multi-instancing and DJs, and they run events IRL, but they just...
And Drunk and Stupid had never done a multi-instance event at that point, as far as I'm aware.
We had a lot of help from just friends.
Well, that one, that was single instanced, the first Gear Fest.
I thought it was.
No, we only had
I
one
thought it was
instance.
2.
No, we only had
No,
one.
it capped a few times. I think a few times a second instance happened because the groups and whatnot wasn't a feature yet, so people ended up by themselves going, "Where's everybody?" But there was no plan or structure to set that up. And that was one of my gripes about that. Actually, I was like, "Gear, why isn't there multi-instancing?"
Well, we had a second instance on that last day. We had like 112 people, so we needed a second instance, but it didn't last very long. It died off pretty quick. Like I think that year we did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I think it was the Friday was the busiest, and it was like, I don't know, it was just mostly friends, which was really fucking cool. It was really cool that everyone showed out for that. There's a lot of people from that first Gear Fest that like I haven't seen in years. You know, they were there, and then
I still got pictures.
Yeah, I do too.
Hey, we have a question in the chat footage. Actually.
Oh God! All right.
Onslaught was wondering, but what if they don't have VODs on Twitch but have clips on their TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. As far as the DJ stuff goes, I just need something to see your style of DJing. Like DJ sets preferred, you know, because I've listened to a ton of different SoundCloud sets already, so that gives me a good idea of what you can play. But if you don't have anything, this is just the select few that have submitted, and they don't have like anything. It sucks to try.
The majority of everyone has been really good and really forthcoming.
Yeah,
but there have been the few where it's like the answer to that question is yeah, right? Yes. Like it doesn't matter if it's Twitch, it doesn't matter if it's a VOD, it's something. If you are on a custom website, then use post that.
Because some people, weekend, I've had people send me SoundClouds, recorded sets on SoundCloud.
Yeah. That's what majority of what I've received has been.
I think last year someone sent me an MP4 that I sent to you. They literally just sent me a shaky video of someone in the crowd recording their whole set. That's still something.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah. But if you don't have VODs, which some people don't have VODs on Twitch, just send me something that shows your talent, your style, what you enjoy playing, and a set preferred. If it's a SoundCloud set, so be it. I've listened to like 18 of those, but
shit, I've been sent computer files.
Yeah.
Like computer files?
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Computer
files. Is that a thing?
Oh, just recorded sets. Yeah, they've just sent me like an MP4 of one of their sets.
A computer file?
Okay, I'm like, wait, what do you mean computer file? What is this computer you speak of?
What about a paper file?
They sent me like a 20-page PDF of them doing a set.
Dude.
Just a transcript.
Okay. Yeah. Here's how I'm going to lay this out. Dude, when I was, I got to do some weddings. I DJ'd some weddings on tour. And let me tell you, it's the weirdest thing. Like, weddings are like, when it's not somebody you know, okay? I did 3 weddings, four weddings, actually. And, like, it's weird when you MC a wedding because, first off, you have to research, like, the bride and groom. I knew nothing about any of the brides or grooms when I was doing the weddings. MCing, which is, so there's MC and then there's a DJ. They're kind of go hand in hand, but MC is like master of ceremony. So like MC Hammer, it's just another fancy word for master of ceremony. But it's weird because you have this whole transcript, like Moomie was saying, that you got to go through, and it's like, okay, here comes the bride and the groom. Yep, they're coming down.
Oh, that's what you meant by computer. Okay, I'm with you now. Okay, I thought you were just chipping on your words. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of crazy. It's a computer file.
No, when I said computer file, I meant like an MP4. But you know what? I would be, if somebody ever sent me a USB file by carrier pigeon, dude. I wouldn't even listen to it. I'd be like, "You're done. You're on. You were dedicated.
You're here."
Get this man a cowbell,
dude.
It just lands on my windowsill with a USB file.
That's humming the beat.
Be like, cool.
So, speaking about this year's Gear Fest, because we have a lot of plans this year. The development team's grown. We've got security team growing. We've got a lot happening in development this year. The world already just kind of looks insane. And I've only seen bare bones of it right now, but we're, just the development of it. The team this year is incredible, but I am excited.
Oh, you got one on there. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. There's so much. There's so much that, like, in development right now for GearFest? Because, I mean, it is that time of year where this should happen. In my opinion, we should do most of December, but, you know, I try and, like, lighten up December just because of, like, you know, it's the holidays. Let's fucking relax a little bit.
It's a balance between you saying, hey, Skoot, let's lock it in, and me saying, we're locked in as liquidly. And you're like, what does that mean? And I'm like, just let me cook. And you're like, can we have a deadline? I'm like, someday.
Someday. Yeah, and, well, here's the thing, and it ties back to what I was saying earlier, is, like, I'm not putting up with shit this year. If you're a shit, like, if you're a shithead, no, you're done. I'm not fucking around anymore. Like, that's,
well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
It's funny because you and Ropai kind of both do this thing where you guys are like, we're not putting up with nothing, and then you're purring kittens, and I have to kind of roll in and be like, I have to be the bad guy.
Oh fuck! It's kind of true. Yeah.
What if they're the best DJ on VR chat?
Oh god!
No,
don't you dare! Don't. We can't. We're live right now. I will punch him, man. I'll do it. I'll beat some ass, man. I will.
I can give context without actually like getting into that. But basically, we had someone last year who was
It was the year before, wasn't it? No, it was last year. Oh my god!
No, this was last year. They were going to people in their DMs, like trying to like micromanage stuff they weren't involved with, and they weren't. It's not that was the bad thing. Like we need you not to do that, but they were being really aggressive, and they were putting words in people's mouths. They were confusing people, and when we tried to wrangle them up, they got hyper aggressive, and so we had to pull them because they started harassing other members. Yep. They were dropping really nasty insults to people directly.
It was bad.
And when Gear made the move to pull them, we had 2 weeks of DMs coming at us from people being like, yeah, this motherfucker's going off, and they were like, you need to understand that I'm the I've never thought this about myself, but I've been told by the greats that I am the best VR chat DJ there is, and we're just like, and so it became an inside joke, like, hey, you know, I know we worked really hard this year, but we have times that we screwed up. We're not going to recover from this. We lost the best opportunity to have the best VR chat DJ ever
of all time. Of all time, yeah.
Of all time, dude.
Yeah.
Well, it's because, like, I mean, it's moderation. We're not gonna publicly go off on stuff like that.
No, it's just an example of, like, I don't know.
Some people just pick things like this to make it's like they're like, it's my time to shine, but instead of giving their best set or getting their community involved or putting, it's their time to shine by screaming, yelling, and kicking tables.
It's a Karen,
and it's like I wouldn't even call it Karens need something. These people just kind of like every project has 2 or 3 that of like it's like a switch goes off and they just that's their day to crash out.
They're screaming the N-word.
Years worth of stuff. Yeah, pretty much. We had I got to be careful what word I use for this on stream, but we had a club owner join the instance smash.
Oh yeah, this was last year.
They weren't involved with the festival. They specifically protested the festival, and then they showed up smashed. I had to kick them because they were giving Ropai what's for in a very, double teamy kind of way. And so to prevent Ropai from needing to be, And then they went into the general chat of several servers trying to, how do I word this on the screen? Basically stating that Gearbolt is a sex offender. We'll just say that. Because of us having a public instance type deal at a safer work event. So this dude went out, and we didn't even have to do anything, right? Like we removed him and we said we'll deal with it after the fest. A whole bunch of communities went we actually had to slow it down. No one like went witch hunting, but they were like, yo, dude, this is a charity. Like you're in the wrong place to be doing this. And it got shut down pretty quick. But people go nuts. Yeah. And I'll never understand why, because you don't want to do it or you disagree with it, that's fine. But why hang yourself on a cross and make us all look bad? Like you're the one who's, they have a Patreon on their club. Ministry doesn't, you don't. Nope. The majority of the clubs that were involved last year didn't. So you're trying to make money off of this. How are you expecting anyone to take you serious when you're acting like that and also asking for handouts?
Even his own community kicked back at him.
Yep.
Like,
I remember that.
Careful. Remember, don't say too much. We don't want anyone I know. digging around. But that it's sad. It's not even to like talk shit about people who do that. It's like that makes the entire scene look bad when we're all at bows with each other over stupid crap like that.
It's not just us. It's been a problem like for the whole platform. We've talked about it. Rob Roman talks a lot on his podcast about how it's a problem for VR, and it's I don't know. To each their own. I think Rob's like right on with like bringing it up and making it a point of like conversation. I really like that.
Yeah.
He does
it needs to be contested because it's not it isn't a VR chat thing, and one issue with operating at the event level in VR chat is we feel isolated, and so oftentimes you'll hear in VR chat when we're talking about something that's global, and what I mean by global is global versus local, not national versus the earth. So you have people, so whether we're talking about YouTube, whether we're talking about Twitter, VR chat, whether we're talking about the homies at the skate park, we're talking about an IRL venue, drama gets clicks. Drama gets drama. The only one thing that sells better than sex is drama. And so we end up with this kind of feedback loop of you have like these negative, I'll just name drop him because he's a clown, but the Brandon FM dude, he's trying to, quote, do a good thing for the community by reporting all the stuff, but then he's got evidence behind a paywall. And meanwhile, that guy's got 300K, subs. He's got all these views on these videos. Then you have someone who so we have a dancer on our team. I'm working on getting time to start working. I want to do a documentary. We have a dancer who came to me. I forgot the exact term, but they have arthritis all the way through their spine. They're older. Wow. They're on a cane, and they said, I want to dance, but I can't give you more than 5 minutes, Skoot. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. If I'm there when you're there, you tell me when you're ready to hop down, I'll hop up. You want to see them now? They still got the cane, but when they dance, you watch them put it down. They go down, they come up, they spin on the floor, they wiggle their stuff. And it's because the positive feedback from the community to help them get involved, the exercise of dancing in full body, and the advice of other athletes in their age group giving things to them has been better than the physical therapy that they're getting, that they're paying for. Things like that should be getting 300,000 views. Fundraisers saving lives during the California wildfires, not to shamelessly plug GearFest, we weren't the only ones to do that, but that's what should be getting clicks. Anywhere there's a sandbox, you're going to have shitheads. Anywhere there's a sandbox, you're going to have predatory behavior of all flavors. And it's really tragic to see that this kind of snake eats snake cycle with a lot of these content creators. And they get this actually Blind Prophet from the Faceless. I'm gonna steal this from him. We're a pond right now, and we're all a bunch of guppies. And the moment we dig out the wall of the pond and hit the ocean, there's going to be whales, there's going to be sharks, there's going to be all these things, and people subconsciously are afraid of that. And so they lash out. But at the end of the day, what's Rafflegator at these days? He's 2,000 concurrent viewers, right? That's pretty big. Right?
Yeah.
No, it's not. And on Twitch, that is tiny. That's big for us because we're true. VR, right? Our YouTubers aren't even considered YouTubers in the grand scheme. People who have 300,000, concurrent, views. They're not even popping 1 million. That's considered small. How many people do you know in VR chat that are getting a constant 250 average 1,000 views on their videos? You don't.
Not from the space, not at all.
No. And right now, the people who are closest to that, even though they're still miles away from it, are, shit tubers, people stirring up drama, people trying to harass others, trying to make content out of that.
I will say another that I enjoy watching is Murder Crumpet.
Murder Crumpet's great.
I don't really watch any of that stuff. I mean, I don't even watch my own girlfriend's stream. I try, I sit there and I put it up, and that's when I get work done. I love her to death, but it's so bad when I reach out to. I know you do. Actually, you got some work to do. I have a real #1 fan. They don't miss a single stream. Their name is Saribot. Every stream she's there.
It's a bot.
That's a fucking bot.
It's a bot.
It's Saribot.
It don't count. Fuck them. Fuck them.
She's adorable.
I don't give a shit.
She's a homie.
I don't care.
I get the headbands.
I've got.
They're always checking on me.
Probably my favorite to watch is got to be James Key. He does a really good job at showing the comedic side of VR chat without all of the toxicity that comes with the clickbait.
Yeah.
And I've actually gotten a chance to meet the guy in VR chat, and he's really chill. This is a man who's got over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and he keeps it so real That's
Yeah,
why I love
as you
his
should.
content, his VR chat content.
Wait, he's hanging out in VR chat?
Yeah, he does VR chat in a nutshell videos like every 2 months.
Yeah,
I got to meet him.
would like a
Jamesky.
link to that.
I met him at Aquaman's birthday. Guy is chill as fuck.
That would be someone that we should
he is
try to bring over to
just
Gearfest.
like he is just like himself in the videos.
I love
Yeah.
What's
that.
his name?
James
James Key?
Jamesky.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
I think
Wait
I
a
might have
minute.
met him. Yeah, I think
I was
might
just
have met
chilling at Aquaman's birthday. I looked to my
Is that
right,
our
oh, there's
server?
Jamesky, and I look back and I go, wait a minute, Aztec. Do you know who that man is over there?
There's a lot. Here's the thing: is I've been roaming around VR chat, and since I got off tour, I've been just hanging out, going to events, looking at all these like DJs, and that's like the one thing I've focused on is the talent. And oh my God, there's so much talent in VR. It is insane. It is insane. I don't even know how to keep up with it. There's so many fucking DJs now compared
Who
to
was
when
Sorry,
when
no,
we
you got it.
started. When back in the day there
Yeah.
were maybe 16 to 20 per I don't know.
Yeah,
per
a few
group.
clubs. Yeah.
And now it's
thought it
just
was
crazy.
There's definitely a
I
stronger
would-
churn now.
I was having a conversation with Hysterium recently about that, and it was like, nowadays when you're doing like especially large events, it's hard not to have to pick and choose which DJs you want because
Yeah.
there's so
Yeah.
much talent on here.
Yep.
Once you get immersed in it, and that's kind of like why Ministry almost never books DJs, and we have less than 20. You can
easy.
have 200 Discord. You have 200 DJs in your Discord,
Yeah.
and you can first name basis every single one of them, and they will be disgusting. But you're never going to get to book all of them, and it's a big
It
challenge.
sucks.
And that's actually something that we used to actually go to Bose with when Schism was still at at
yeah.
its peak.
Yep.
Please come back, Skizzy. But people were going around saying like to us, like, a partner of theirs being like, yeah, well, they gatekeep their DJs, and it's like, homie, they run 4 hours events twice a month. There's 200 DJs a week trying to get in there. Like, what do you expect anyone to do with that? And it's stuck. it's tough too. So
It is tough.
you guys know them, but you guys know Invad Gaming and Dulce Armor, right?
Yep.
I have a daydream that I hope I get to live someday, where I'm half in the bag shooting my mouth off in an instance, and I'm not working, and then someone hears me and they join the conversation, and then oops, I just signed up some nameless VR chat DJs to have a battle with some IRL signed DJs from some Lost Lands style thing. Dulce and Invad are two of the most vicious performing DJs I've ever seen. They are fantastic.
Yeah,
but
they're
there's
great.
something funny when you put them back to back. It's almost like they forget they're at a lineup, and they just go at each other. And if I could ever get both of them portaled to a stage against, pick your two favorite IRL DJs, I dare you. I would love to see who has more energy. It is horrific, some of the lineups that I've seen happen in VR chat, and you can only fit 80 people at a time compared to some of the things I've seen IRL. I'm not an EDM head IRL. I like to go to like metal shows, so I haven't really been to much, but when I see some of these things, and I just hear the do for like 2 hours, and I'm just like, what is this? Like,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing with the go-go dancers, right? Like, my friend Tatsi a while ago told me, like, she flew into my DMs, I think it was like at 3 a.m., being like, I'm spoiled from VR chat dancers, because he went to some IRL event and the go-go dancers were dancing for like 2 to 5 minutes at a time, and they were just shaking their ass, pulling up their G-strings. Meanwhile, we got people in here doing like backflips, handsprings, and they got their flow toys. But with the DJs, it's Rue said it best. I'm totally gonna misquote her here, but
I was just about to mention her quote.
who did the who was it that did the after the Vice debacle for the
It was a Wired article.
Wired, that's what it was about. Now that the cat's out of the bag for our 72-hour ketamine binges, come party. But that's a joke. How did she word it? It was like, you're gonna come in here and find out that your DJs that you pay to go see IRL suck compared to some of those in here.
I remember the quote verbatim.
What was it?
It was, go listen to any of your local DJs and then go to a rave on VR chat, and you'll find out that your local DJs suck.
Which is harsh, right?
Harsh.
Like we don't agree with them. There's no context, but in a lot of cases,
they're
like
not wrong,
I've seen.
They're not wrong. And that's why it's been so like crazy for me to try and like select some of these DJs, because I've like handpicked some of them and brought them into the community just from seeing their sets, and it's like they're so good. And yeah, 100%. Some of the DJs in the IRL space, you know, they have a lot to compete with in this space alone. But.
Well, it's kind of like so this is a total side piece, but I remember when I was younger and I used to play Sean Palmer's Pro Snowboarder on PS2, and sometimes I'd get lucky and wake up at 3 a.m. and I actually got to see when Sean White got famous doing the 4-piece followed by the big pipe against Palmer. But anyways, Snowbird, I think it was Snowbird has it's this big ski resort mountain thing, and these two kids lived on it, right? They were up in the hill, so when they snowboarded their whole, you know, every winter of their teen years, it was through trees, it was in the back whatnots, and they were both getting interviewed, and one of them was being super nice, like the other one's strapping up, one's talking, and the one's talking's like, yeah, no, so we used to have to cut our own trails, we'd have to watch out for wildlife, you know, we had to learn how to be safe if we get caught alone and catch an injury, blah blah blah. And then we get to these events, right, in the Olympics and blah blah blah, and we go through these already pre-padded hills that are designed to be carved, and once we get there up against these other people who haven't been to our mountain, and then the other kid speaks up, we kick their freaking asses, and goes back to what he's doing. And it's true, because like it's in the rough, right? You can train all you want on a big ass mountain that's been padded and designed to be shredded, but that dude who's coming down in the woods and dodging trees, you know, with like a coffee in his hand, that's like you're cooked. And it's the same thing with the DJs in here. They're used to just it's a lot lot I'm gonna be real.
Well,
it's easier to play, it's easier to get booked, but it's harder to stand out.
It's
because you don't have a stage, you don't have a promoter, people aren't buying tickets, it's not forced to see you. No one's gonna pay $35 and then walk out unless you're truly dog shit. So the fact that I can just click a button and go somewhere else,
and like fucking see some other talent, you know, in the click of a button.
Actually, Onslaught in the chat actually made a very good point. He's like, it's crazy that we say that. It's in IRL, it's like people will pay all this money to go see all these big DJs, but won't go to support the underground DJs, even though more than half the time the underground DJs are 10 times better.
It's like college football versus the NFL. Football
fans, that's exactly
like
what it is. That's a great fucking analogy right there.
Try said something as well in the chat. If we're reading chat comments here, he said popularity, talent that's been like this for close to a decade. Now you have to be content creator, blogger, community manager, artist, and showman.
Or you can call ministry. We'll do all that for you. I mean, what?
There
you go. Hashtag ad.
Hashtag fucking sponsored here. I do want to here's the thing though. I really do want to thank you, Skoot, because you've done a lot for like me and like the community in general. Gearfest wouldn't have happened without you.
Blaze me, this is for you.
It's a beautiful thing, and it started as my birthday, but it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for you and your stubborn ass, because you love shit your way, and it's awesome.
It's not my way; it's the way.
Really? Bullshit!
You
don't get enough sleep. You don't get enough sleep.
Not like my way.
You need
my way would not work the same way. So I miss AU especially. You know, one thing I miss. It's not that I'd bring back from AU, but when I was an event manager with AU, running a club is a lot easier because if I'm in a situation where Moomie's a club owner, Ropai is a brand, whatever, right? And you tell me, hey, and this is something that happened recently, I'm concerned that someone from this team is being too sexual or aggressive towards someone on this team. Okay, what happened? Oh, I'm not going to tell you. I want to keep it clean. I have to bat with that as a promoter constantly. I know it sounds stupid, and it is. A lot of us know better than that, but people are still learning when they come into the space that that's not how you do that. But anyways, with a club, if I was a club owner, I'll ban you, and I'll go do a pop-up and have a drink. I'm done. Great night, 80 cap, right? Like That's something I miss. Like it's not my way; it's the way that works. I've smashed my teeth enough, so you don't have to.
I had something kind of similar recently, where like a community that I'm working with for Weeaboo Weekend, a DJ brought up I got my DJ roll pulled from there, and they show me the evidence, and I looked at it, and I'm like, what do you want me to do with this? This is not my issue. Like,
they want you to do something on someone else's server. We get that a lot with ministry because I think we host an instance maybe 3 to 5 times a year, but it hasn't happened in a while. I think we're finally shaking it off, but someone will do something in a community and get banned, or someone will do something in a community and not get banned, and somehow it's our expectation to go fix that. And we don't even know about it. We're hearing about it for the first time at that. We do at times. So I actually have a rule for our prefects. They're not allowed to moderate. They're not allowed to make decisions, and they're effectively yes men.
Chain of command.
Events. And it's not because I don't trust them. It's a lot of them are club owners. A lot of them have IRL experience. One of them used to work with Vive and managed, a community of over 50,000 people. It's because we'll end up babysitting, and it's not because people are lazy. It's not because they don't want to do their due diligence. It's whenever you're working with someone that you can trust, you're at ease. Yes. And if you're at ease too often, you'll start to ease. And if you ease too much, now they're babysitting you. And it's not your fault. It's not that you're lazy. It's just something that happens. But the amount of times that, in fact, I'm going to be really careful on this because I don't want to stir anything up, but we had someone who was reported to us, and we got a bunch of screenshots that the names were blocked out. They were obfuscated. There was no actual claims in there. It was just some buyer's remorse style stuff, and we were expected to ban them because this list of like 20 communities, and some of them we worked with already did, and I'm like, I can't because you got nothing for me. So nothing happened. 4 months later, in September, this is a few years ago, I'm not going to say the exact year because you'll figure it out, someone posted this person's IRL information on Twitter with an arrest record, and this doxed them. But then people flooded right back to my desk, and if something comes to my desk 7 times in 3 days, I'm going to look at it, right? So what ended up happening was we ended up actually calling the states, because the docket number for the court case was there. We called records because anywhere in the country, if you're in the US, the moment it goes to court, whether you win or lose, it's not doxing nobody. That's public. I can pay $2 and get any police report from any time that if I know your name or I know what I don't even need your name. I can get the police report if I know when it happened. And that's just the law of the land. So because we had all these people saying he did this or she did this, or we're going to cancel these guys for not canceling those guys, I just called the records department, and I found out that docket number that this person posted, doxing that person, was closed. Didn't happen. It was shut down. But then Astolfo, one of our ministers, dug a little deeper and found a different arrest record that actually was actionable. Not that, we're not the police, we're not social workers. No one in VR chat should be trying to hunt down people's IRL information. We've had a nasty situation. We've had several in the past. Ministry's only had one, but when it's that heinous, it goes to TNS with VR chat's team, and they nuke the account. They will always nuke the account. But in this case, we had a bunch of people chipping at our heels, and so what we did was we got the information, we isolated it, and we talked about it, and it went well. Everyone had a good time. But then a few months later, we got tagged on some post, and there was 3 posts, one about some communities, another about another, and then one saying, so-and-so doesn't mind that these people are here. We just want you to be aware. I confused the name of who this person was with someone else we worked with, and I was like, hey, you should put in a ticket and give us this information. And that was a mistake because they were just looking to cause problems. We got accused of not banning the person that we went and did the footwork to get the material used to ban them.
I remember that happening.
You remember that? Yeah. We literally are who called the police department that did the arrests and got that. And then they were sharing this stuff around, and we were the ones who supplied that. And then we got put on the chopping block as if we weren't.
Can't do shit for nobody, man.
It's wild how if you are around people, but you're the one doing if the tallest flower is going to get picked. always. And you got to be careful because and it's the same thing like last year with Gear Fest with that dude. The only reason that person went that ballistic trying to like make you look bad and why the rest of the community came to your aid was because he saw an opportunity to be heard for better or for worse. And it's tragic.
And here's the thing, it's not the first time it's going to happen. I guarantee it'll happen in future events. Because
something's going to happen this year, and I don't know what, but when it does, I'm sure I'm going to have a nice red palm mark on my forehead.
There's something that happens every year. I don't know how. I don't know how. From year one, it's been that way. But, we try to make things run as smooth as possible. Ropai does a fantastic job with security. I think last year was the smoothest I've ever seen GearFest run. And it was a lot.
I
had a big team.
A lot,
I had over 40 people, so.
And that was a huge help. So,
we're gonna crush it this year.
Yeah, I'm excited. I really am. So
it's gonna be huge this year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be wild.
Shit is multiplied every single year.
Yeah. Yep.
What if I just stopped returning all of your calls and DMs right now?
I'd be fine. I would wonder where you were and probably lose my mind trying to figure that out. But I think we'd make something happen.
I can't wait for you to get more involved with Weeable Weekend. I'm gonna be like, nope, I don't have time to play games.
I am. So you can ask Gear. You don't see me moving, but I'm moving. I swear.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just like, I'm waiting for it because I know I'm going to be getting so many DMs from you that I'm going to be like telling all my friends, sorry, I don't have time to play games. I got to work on this. I got to work on that. Put my foot up my ass about this.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, your life.
So I'm trying to get as much done before you get involved so I have less of a...
It's hard because there's stuff that kind of pertains to GearFest and Weeaboo Weekend I can't really talk about because it's not in stone. I'm not asked not to, but it's just a better practice not to yet.
Yeah. There's a lot
but
being
VTubers,
VTubers.
And that's all you get.
We're gonna have listen, with all the communities and everything involved this coming year, I'm really excited. It's just wild how we've gone from where we started to where we are now, and it's only gonna get better. So thank you guys so much for listening, watching, being here. And Skoot, thank you for being here. And Moomie and Ropai, you guys are great. This is a great community. And,
you guys should let me talk less next time.
What? It's the highlight of my day. What do
I
you
never
mean?
shut up.
It's not.
I feel like I don't. I feel like I spoke way
you
more.
didn't drop one of your metaphors.
Yeah, let's hear one.
One of your big ones.
Let's hear one.
A metaphor?
Yeah.
Let's hear a quote.
Like Jesus walking on water with a cat stealing your car keys.
If you've played a wedding or any IRL set and you're excited about that, keep that energy, but it doesn't make you Jesus Christ. Don't put people down.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Anyone who plays IRL shows regularly will tell you they're underpaid and it's stressful and you'll probably make more money at weddings or things like that than you will at a venue with people popping off.
Yep. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This has been the JH Show podcast. Be sure to subscribe and all the fun stuff, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.